The fallout continues for Carrie Brandenburg.
The attorneys for the two officers who shot James Boyd are trying to get her kicked off the case. News 13's Chris McKee is live in the Newsplex with the latest. Chris?
Dean and Jessica, Keith, Sandy, and Dominique Perez's attorneys filed the motion today saying not only has she worked with the officers in prosecuting other cases, but also that there's growing bad blood between APD and Brandenburg.
I have a job to do and I'm doing it.
Carrie Brandenburg's decision to charge APD officers Keith, Sandy, and Dominique Perez with the murder of James Boyd has not only pushed the city to keep her office out of officer-involved shooting scenes.
We know you're operating in good faith, but that doesn't change the fact that there is a perceived conflict of interest.
Now, Sandy and Perez's attorneys want her office off of the Boyd case entirely.
There's no way Carrie Brandenburg or her office should be prosecuting this case.
Sandy's attorney, Sam Bregman, filed this motion in court today. They're arguing that Brandenburg's office has a professional relationship working with Sandy and Perez as prosecution witnesses in unrelated cases.
The only motivation that should ever be with a district attorney's office is pure and simple, to do justice and give everybody a fair shake. That is being called into question.
But they're also arguing that Brandenburg has a growing tension with APD, pointing to APD accusing her of bribing burglary victims to keep them from pressing charges against her son. In the motion, Bregman cites internet comments and newspaper editorials that highlight a so-called community concern.
That alone, that questioning of the integrity of the system, should be enough for any prosecutor to step aside.
This week, Brandenburg admitted that prosecuting officers for police shootings puts her in a tough spot, and she'd rather not do it.
If we introduce a bill, or if a bill is introduced, giving it to the AG's office or something like that, I would be more than supportive of that bill.
But she says there hasn't been enough support for that. Brandenburg also says that she thinks she's just doing what's fair.
I have been elected to serve as district attorney. I am going to serve as district attorney. I'm going to give the public my best efforts, and I am not going to be intimidated. As long as I have a breath in my body, I will do what I think is right for the people that I represent.
And we reached out to Brandenburg's office today for a comment on that new motion. A spokeswoman for her office said she hasn't had time to review it yet and won't be able to comment until next week. Back to you, Dean.
All right, Chris, thank you. APD is seeking charges against Brandenburg in that bribery case involving her son. That case has been sent to the Attorney General's office.